out of the Nigerian capital. They're saying that Nnamdi Kanu's trial has been moved to the DSS headquarters. Let me just give you the updates as it's coming. Okay. The trial of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has been moved to the headquarters of the Department of State Services, DSS. Justice James Omotosho ordered that Kanu's trial be moved from the Abuja Federal High Court to the DSS headquarters. The trial judge said the case was moved to the DSS headquarters to allow for the inspection of Kanu's shipping container. The container was said to have been used by Kanu to bring a radio transmitter into Nigeria for broadcast on Radio Biafra. The IPOB leader is currently facing trial for terrorism due to his push for the actualization of Biafra. So, the trial judge, in its own wisdom, stated clearly that this issue be moved to the DSS headquarters. Just to also reiterate, the trial of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has been moved to the headquarters of the Department of State Services, DSS. Justice James Omotosho ordered that Kanu's trial be moved from the headquarters from the Abuja Federal High Court to the DSS headquarters. The trial judge says the case was moved to the DSS headquarters to allow for the inspection of Kanu's shipping container. The container was said to have been used by Kanu to bring a radio transmitter into Nigeria for broadcast on Radio Biafra. The IPOB leader is currently facing trial for terrorism due to his push for the actualization of Biafra. All right, that's the latest regarding this trial. Well, if you look at this story, it's not really clear. I mean, you really don't have to move the trial to DSS headquarters because you want to check, the container used by, the indigenous people of Biafra leader. I mean, it doesn't add up. I mean, people can check anything anywhere. And I wonder why they are moving it there. But having said that, this is really overflogged as far as I'm concerned. Nnamdi Kanu is just used for making money. Nnamdi Kanu is just someone who has been caught in the web of these politicians using him to make a lot of money. Frankly speaking, there is absolutely no reason why Nnamdi Kanu should still be in detention today. And I've said this severally. I told anyone who really cares to listen that if Nnamdi Kanu was an Hausa man, if Nnamdi Kanu was a Yoruba man, Nnamdi Kanu at this moment, there's no way he would have been in prison or in detention. But because there's this continuous disdain for the people of the Southeast, that is the reason why a competent court of jurisdiction in this country would give an order, release this man, let him go. But a few persons who feel they are above the law say, no, you must keep him down. He doesn't belong to, if you don't keep him down, another Nnamdi Kanu would emerge tomorrow. If you are releasing this particular Nnamdi Kanu, it will not show that the Nigerian state is strong. Just endeavor to keep him down so that when other youths from Igbo land see how he's being treated, they will not be able to rise up tomorrow. All these things are just what are in the minds of these people. Because if not, what is that thing that Kanu did? That his trial has lingered. And we are saying we are doing democracy. Democracy of which people? Government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And this is a democracy we are practicing. Holding people against their wish, holding people against court judgments, holding people against court pronouncements. Then we are practicing democracy. We are practicing democracy, and there is a military rule inside a democracy. Rivers State is under a military rule, and we are practicing democracy. So to speak out, to speak to government and say, my people are marginalized, I want my people to go. You people haven't given us a level playing field. Let us go with our Biafra. It is now a problem. How is it a problem? Nigeria is a signatory to the charter that allows you to determine your destination, your identity. This one is not even a foreign charter, an African charter. Well, because we're a country that, when it is a Hausa man, we apply the law separately. When it's an Igbo man, you apply the law separately. When it's a Yoruba man, you apply the law separately. We are a conquered people, a subjugated, and the Igbos are the subjugated people of Nigeria. That is the reason why Nnamdi Kanu is treated like this. I mean, to some extent, I really don't blame these guys, because what would it take for governors in the Southeast to do a special meet, go do a special meet and meet the president? If the president today says Nnamdi Kanu must be released today, he would do it. Nnamdi Kanu will be gone. This is 3 o'clock. He will be gone by 3:15 p.m. if President Tinubu wants to release him. And like I mentioned earlier, that this is going to be around the politics of getting Igbos to vote for Asiwaju. It has a plan. There's a grand plan. Forget all these things that they're doing. They're just trying to keep him and all that. There's a grand plan, and that grand plan is simple. Now we're building up to 2027. Asiwaju has come to Enugu. He has sent his wife over. Asiwaju has gone to Anambra. And of course, other states that is not APC, he said, okay, maybe those people can give him 25 to 30%. So the master stroke that he's looking to do or to get is simple. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu maybe around December. Let it be like a Christmas gift. And then because we are people that forget early, we are people who don't keep history as a way to coin and then move on with, who don't use history as a way to take decision for the future. We forget so easily. That's what is going to happen. Because again, tell me what in the world is Nnamdi Kanu saying? If Nnamdi Kanu, for instance, they had convicted him since this trial started. They have convicted him since this trial of the thing started. Since if this guy is still, if they had convicted him since that time up until now, whatever jail term that they will pronounce on him, do you know he would have done it and even surpassed it? Can we count the number of years? Why? Like, what is all this? Why are you keeping this man? What for? I don't understand it. What for? That they are just dancing around it, dancing around it. And see Igbos, and you have Igbo leaders. The new Ohaneze Ndi Igbo that has just been installed, Mr. Mbata. Mr. Mbata, I mean, I was hoping to hear him on that his inaugural speech say something around the Nnamdi. Just mention it. Wife of the president came in January. The president came in January, and it was heavy in our mouths to ask Tinubu, Oga, our brother is in detention. You are the president. What's all this? The wife just left Enugu a few days ago here. Uh, um, uh, uh, Senator Remi Tinubu. Mr. Asadu, these are people who, you know, I interview and I see almost every now and then. Mr. Asadu, who is the Southeast chairman of Traditional Rulers Council, you see that level. Southeast chairman, Southeast chairman of traditional rulers who are in touch with the grassroots, who know what one of the major pain of youth in the Southeast is this man still being held incommunicado. Who knows that this the part of the reasons why the Southeasterners are still angry with the government of Nigeria is because of the fact that they're still holding this man. An opportunity came because, again, you know, sometimes if you cannot reach the man, reach the wife. We all know that for those who are married, who have girlfriends, the soft spot sometimes is the wife. Sometimes if you cannot get directly, if you cannot get things from the man directly, you go through the wife. Instead of this Mr. Asadu to be telling the woman, look, oh, your husband has been here 4 months ago. We will appreciate you, this and that. You are welcome. You did 2 days here. I mean, we appreciate all the things that you have done. Please, oh, tell your husband, oh, let it be public, just like it was public that you endorsed him for 2027. Tell her no vacancy in Aso Rock. Okay, since there's no vacancy in Aso Rock, please, oh, let Nnamdi Kanu vacate the DSS headquarters. Let him vacate detention now. Instead of you to be frontal, tell her what is going to happen to you. No, seriously. What is this? What is the fear? What is that thing that we say, okay, we want our son to be released? Please, I mean, it's been a while. The only thing that this guy has done is calling for a level playing field. Mr. Sadu says that no vacancy in Aso Rock, just like there's no vacancy in Lion Building. Okay, tell your husband we love him. Instead of you to say what is on your mind, because I mean, Igbos are not people who are cowards. The Igbos are not people who are shy from saying what they will say it and let that consequences come out. Because I don't get it. What is it? What is it? What is there to say, Madam, please? We love. Just say it. Just say it. Let it be that you said it, and it's covered, and then you will be vindicated that you said this. But we're all shying away from it. We're all shying away from it. What for? Why? Why? Why is it still being held? What for? Why? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, well, I mean, you're talking about being strategic, Benga Shonubi. There you go. Leaders have to be strategic and demand his release. I mean, when you say strategic, I'm trying to just understand strategic. Like how is it to be strategic? Because as far as I know, Orji Uzo Kalu has told us he has spoken to the president about him. The ones that have even Soludo severally, publicly, you know, quietly, even meanderly, whatever it is, has spoken about the release of Nnamdi Kanu. How else strategic? If you can share with us, Benga, how strategic we can be in asking for the release of Nnamdi, because as it stands today, there is no way you tell me that Nnamdi Kanu still poses a threat to this nation, whether it is in any way or in any form. And I really don't get it. I don't. I'm sometimes when I think about it, I feel really sad. I feel paranoid, and I don't know if really the Southeasterners are part of this country, because these are the things that other nationals, you know, are not treated the way this guy is being treated. If this is a Yoruba man, you not treat him like this. If it's an Hausa man, you not treat him. In fact, just to go and look at what happened. It was in this country, somebody came out and said that an attack on Boko Haram is an attack on the North. Sometimes I really don't want to get emotional on these issues. It pains me. It cuts my liver. I feel deranged, dissatisfied. I feel bad. You know, there are people who feel they own this country more. There are people who feel they own the resources more. There are people who feel that they can tweak the laws to suit themselves, and while others follow. There are people who feel that their birthright is leading this country all the time. There are people who feel that there are more indigenes, there are more citizens of this country than others, because this is exactly what is playing out. If this is not what is playing out, somebody please explain to me. I would like to know. Wenga Shonubi, you said strategic. If you can explain, I wouldn't mind. How strategic can someone really be in making sure that this guy is released? How strategic? This is what I have said, I have concluded. This guy will not be released until it is wee days to the election. Tinubu is going to throw everything he has at this 2027 election. He has lost the North. So he's back to the South, trying to cover the numbers he would lose in the North. See, I don't do political science, but at least I did try when it comes to this. I did try. So he's going to throw everything at the South, especially the Southeast and South. He knows that Southwest might be covered. Maybe you'll be looking at 80 to 90% Southwest. North Central, sure. Northwest, they play for that side. Northeast, Atiku zone is a no-go area. So the only way is to come back to this South and see what you can do. And then people are already seeing his strategy. Simple. Go to your friends who were former governors, meet them and say, Ogao, Nadaya Deo, help me, Otilo, Okowa, help me. He went to, first of all, met with the Bori bred the thing down, and then they brought in Okowa. Okowa prevailed on your boy to defect. He went to Akwa Ibom. You are the Senate president. If you want to come back, prevail on your boy. We know he worships you, so prevail on him. Jawan Kuma, he doesn't have a godfather. He is an opportunity to have a godfather under one political party. So it's just a line. Same thing that is about playing out in Enugu. Same thing that's about playing out in Enugu. There has been these conversations around him going over, but there's a caveat to it. They say he will not be able to go with his own people, because if he goes with the party structure to the APC, the people in the APC will be aggrieved, and they want to run over, and they want to stop them from winning that election. So moving to the APC in Enugu is dicey, because the people who are there are really strong people. We have the likes of Uche Naji, have the likes of Ugochukwu Agbala. So they're telling him, if you must move, you move with few persons, but the structure of the party must remain. You can't take it. You can't take it. You won't give to somebody. Nobody will resign for the other person. But that is now the bone of contention. But again, Peter Mba is trying to play a fast one, like that kind of collaboration. Okay, I'll give you a certain percentage. I won't announce it. I don't want to play anti-party politics and all of that. That is what is playing out. He uses his friends. Rivers, of course, is part of why Wike is hell bent on this. He don't mind making even lose the FCT. Wike doesn't mind to lose FCT as long as he has strength over Rivers. I'm telling you, that is why he's hell bent on making sure Rivers succumb because it is part of his bargaining chip to the president. He is powerless in Rivers. The president can easily do away with him. Like it will not be up to five minutes. The president will take a decision on him, and he'll be gone. So that's the reason why he kept fighting. Because again, why would a former governor who just left, who is a mayor of the FCT, fighting over Rivers resources? Your budget is even almost twice what Rivers budget is. So what is that thing you are looking for that in Rivers that you cannot see in the FCT? If it's not the numbers, the political power, that you can brag and say I'm bringing Rivers as former governor. So that is the strategy of Asiwaju. Go to former governors to prevail on the current governors, no matter what. Put them under pressure if possible to do that defection. If they don't do defection, let them give in to accepting that they are going to give the party or him being like 25 upwards of 45%, and then paint a facade about the fact that APC that people are defecting to the APC and the APC is going to win anyway. So if whether you like it or not, they're going to win. So why don't you just kukuma join? Mind games. So as a strategy is not working in the East for the meantime, even though we have seen some pronouncement here and there, Traditional Council of Southeast leader announced a support for Asiwaju when Remi Tinubu visited a few days ago. And as Soludo, when the president visited Soludo, announced a few days ago, of course, while he was there, he announced that the party is supporting him for presidency. That is to say, leave my state, don't bother doing this thing you guys did in those states. I'm supporting you, so don't do it. That is his bargaining chip. Now, the final card, because he goes first to the elite. When he gets the elite, of course, more monies have been paid, more money saved from subsidies, more monies have been given to the state government, more money is given to the local government. So the next thing is the people who are on the ground side. They will now release Nnamdi Kanu, and then there will be jubilation. And that jubilation, if possible, mind you, that jubilation can cause a lot of things. See what that jubilation would do. That jubilation might get you into believing that APC is for you. And then most people will now use that joy to defect to the APC in the Southeast. That's the plan. Mark this today. This is what is going to happen. The joy that will come from when Nnamdi Kanu is released, the joy that will come from when Nnamdi Kanu is released will be one of such that would be so loud that most people will start liking APC. Asiwaju will come off like somebody who is a saint, who has been the one that wants to do the things the right way, who has been the one that wants to do the thing the best way, who has been the one that wants to do the thing like, Buhari was the one that arrested him and he does not know how to go about it, so he needed to just do it quickly. He will paint himself. In fact, there will be a broadcast. There will be a broadcast before that his release. The broadcast will be so close to his release that if you don't decipher very well, you will not understand why he was doing a broadcast. There will be a broadcast. The broadcast will be unprecedented. It will not even be October 1. It will not be anything. It will not be a national holiday. There will be a broadcast that will happen before with days to his so that it won't be like, it won't be like it's linked to him. But the broadcast will be so swift and so sweet. That broadcast there, you'll be wondering, this guy, they talk like this. And that day he will announce something significant. Either he announces that fuel price has dropped, or he announces something he's going to announce that will link to the release of Nnamdi Kanu, just to make it look like he is the one that made sure that Nnamdi Kanu is released. So don't even bother yourself. This man, when they call him Jagaban, it is true he's Jagabano, but you have to really think through to know what his plans is in order for you to be able to stand by him. When they tell you that he's going to win the 2027 election, he has it all figured out. But there might be people within his circle that might sabotage him. Might people who will be within his circle that might sabotage him, and his losing will come from within. It's not going to be from outside. Just like how Goodluck Jonathan lost the election. Goodluck Jonathan mostly had people whom he knew he didn't trust them, but still didn't know how to deal with them. He couldn't sack them, but because the election was just close by. So I would rather say that you guys should be ready. There will be a whole lot that would happen. The North, from North Central upwards, he's not sure. He's not sure. That is the reason why the things that is happening in the South, I've given you 5 states that whose previous governors are prevailing on their current governors. It's not the strategy is not working for the North. Who you go meet? Who is this El Rufai you will go and meet for the current governor of Kaduna State? Yes, current governor of Kaduna State is a friend of the president. They are close, but you can't really tell on election day. Look at the numbers that happened on election day. The numbers between PDP and APC in the state was so close, so close. As for Kaduna, Kano, of course, it's a no-go area. When the red caps come out, you know people that own that area. So who you go meet? Is it Spankwaso you will meet to prevail on his boy? Who is it? Katsina? Is it Gombe? Who will you meet? Because that is the reason why most of them, are just watching. People they're just watching, and I love Northerners. That's why they say they're actually better than us when it comes to playing of politics. We play politics of emotions, but those guys play politics of sense, they play politics of foresight, play politics of tomorrow. But this emotion will carry emotion like this, enter street. But them, did they strategy? Did they think before they make move? If they see that a Northerner cannot get any chance, just like what happened to in 2023, that they wanted to put another Northerner after another Northerner because the South was divided. Oh God. I don't sabi anything, but I sabi this politics. I sabi this northern politics where did they play. I'm telling you for free that the division in the South, because of Peter Obi and almost made another Northerner succeed this Northerner. You can imagine that Peter Obi accepted to become vice to Atiku. Northerner versus Northerner. Northerner 8 years. Of course, Atiku wouldn't want to do 4 years. He's going to go for 8 years. So as soon as the North will not make that mistake again. And the North they are now, most of them are angry with El Rufai because El Rufai was the one that led the coalition, the Northern Governors Coalition, to make sure that Asiwaju goes. Then they were all going with their thought of this Muslim thing. They were thinking they were doing the South by hoisting a Muslim ticket. This will do the reason why they don't like this guy is because of the fact that they are hosting a Muslim ticket. So if it is a Muslim ticket, we would have won. But then the Muslim ticket, 1 year down the line, 2 years down the line, this Muslim ticket is not working for them. They want to dismantle it. They don't want again. How are they intending to do it? By doing the needful. So the plan, that's why Elfa is out with all cylinders. He says, this thing that I did, I'm going to make sure I correct it. So that is the reason why he's out. with all forms of viciousness, with all forms of brigandage, everything. He's going to throw everything at this election, including his personal money. Look, just follow me. He's going to throw every damn thing at this particular election just to make sure that he corrects so-called mistake that he did. He doesn't even mind putting a cow from the north, sorry, a Nama from the south to become president 2027, as long as Asiwaju doesn't win 2027. So it will be a big blow for him if Asiwaju wins again in 2027. That's why it's going to be a very huge fight. Huge fight. So get ready for it. So that's the brand plan. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu just before the 2027 election to gather the Southeast votes. That's because what tell me what is this thing that they're doing? What is this thing they are doing? What is this thing they're doing a trial? Is this thing that they're doing a trial? Mazin now the kind of survive Buhari. Is it sustainable? Let's just remind you, for those who haven't noticed, the trial of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has been moved to the headquarters of the Department of State Services, DSS. Justice James Omotosho ordered that Kanu's trial be moved from the Abuja Federal High Court to the DSS headquarters. The trial judge said the case was moved to the DSS headquarters to allow for the inspection of Kanu's shipping container. The container was set to have been used by Kanu to bring radio transmitter into Nigeria for broadcast on Radio Biafra. The IPOB leader is currently facing trial for terrorism due to his push for the actualization of Biafra. So that's the latest with this update. I want to appreciate every one of you for watching and for following. I'll continue this particular conversation and then I'll bring you up to speed regarding this update. I appreciate you. God bless. I'll see you next time.